And some of you may wait beyond the time when the Spirit of God speaks to you, because you see, you cannot come to Christ anytime you want to. You can only come when the Spirit of God is drawing you and pulling you and speaking to you. And the Spirit of God is speaking to you tonight. The Spirit of God is speaking to thousands of you. And that's the only time you can come to Christ, when the Spirit of God draws you to the cross. Don't you hesitate. Don't you wait.
For more than 6 decades, one man stood before presidents, kings, and millions of ordinary people, carrying a message of hope, redemption, and the unchanging love of God. His name, Billy Graham. A preacher whose voice shook stadiums, whose heart never wavered, and whose legacy continues to shape Christianity today. But how did a farm boy from North Carolina become the most influential evangelist of the 20th century? Born on November 7, 1918 in Charlotte, North Carolina, Billy Graham grew up in a simple, hard-working family. As a young boy, he had a little interest in faith.
What's this doing here? Don't tell me you guys are... Well, it's just all these evangelists are alike. They're just fleecers of the flock. I'm just saying, the last thing Charlotte needs is another money-grubbing Elmer Gantry.
But at 16, everything changed. In 1934, a traveling evangelist named Mordecai Ham visited his town. Young Billy sat in the crowd, uneasy yet captivated. When the altar call came, he resisted at first, but something deep inside pulled him forward. That night, Billy Graham gave his life to Christ, a moment that would define the rest of his journey. Determined to spread the gospel, Billy Graham enrolled at Bob Jones College, but later transferred to Florida Bible Institute. It was there, while practicing his sermons under the stars, that he felt the undeniable call to preach. In 1943, he graduated from Wheaton College and soon married his soulmate, Ruth Bell, a woman whose faith and wisdom will become his anchor. In 1949, Billy's life changed forever. A 3-week tent revival in Los Angeles unexpectedly extended to 8 weeks as thousands flocked to hear his message. The media took notice, and suddenly, Billy Graham was a national sensation. His fiery sermons, simple gospel message, and heartfelt altar calls resonated with people of all backgrounds. This was just the beginning. Over the next 6 decades, Billy Graham will preach to over 250 million people in more than 185 countries, becoming the most recognized evangelist in history. Billy Graham wasn't just a preacher. He was a spiritual advisor to the most powerful leaders in the world. From Truman to Obama, he counseled every US president, offering guidance in times of crisis. His influence crossed political and racial lines, uniting people under one simple truth:
that we are a nation under God. This faith in God is our foundation and our heritage.
But even a man of great faith faces trials. Billy Graham was criticized for being too close to politicians, for not taking stronger stance on social issues. Some questioned his simple approach to the gospel. Yet, through every storm, he remained steadfast, focusing on what matters most: preaching Christ. One of his most defining moments came in the 1950s. In a time of racial segregation, Billy refused to hold crusades with segregated seating. He personally removed the ropes that divided black and white attendees. He walked alongside Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and declared that the gospel was for all people, regardless of race. Understanding the power of media, Billy Graham brought the gospel to millions through radio, television, and later the internet. His Hour of Decision radio program and televised crusades became most-watched events, introducing a new generation to faith. As he grew older, Billy Graham stepped away from the pulpit, but his impact never faded. He wrote books, mentored young leaders, and continued to pray for the world. In 2018, at the age of 99, Billy Graham went home to be with the Lord.
Of one of the most influential people in history.
This is just a tremendous loss. Billy Graham was a titan of this country.
It is hard to overstate his significance in American culture over the past 50, 60, 70 years.
It's just an honor to be able to say one last goodbye.
He serves as an example to those of us that follow.
I'm just one of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of people who, in their own way, will find some way to say thank you and goodbye to Billy Graham.
If there's such a thing as a humble shepherd of the Lord, Billy Graham is that person.
His final message, that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Billy Graham's legacy isn't just in the stadiums he filled or the presidents he advised. It's in the millions of lives transformed, the heart turns toward God, and the message that still echoes today. The question is, how will his story inspire yours? Like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories.